Watercooler, bum bum ba-dum. Watercooler, bum bum ba-dum. Watercooler, bum bum ba-dum. Bum. Hey, it's Watercooler.
Wow, dude.
Who's going to notice the difference of that one?
Now, look at that.
No one's going to know.
Are we an acapella group?
Seamless.
Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. Yes, that's right. It's Watercooler, episode number 298.
Wow.
Also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 22. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a show where I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my Corolla digital buds like Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hey, brother. And Mike Dawson.
What's up, G?
All right. So let's see. Kalen is not here because he has decided to take a few Tuesdays off.
Patreon only, baby.
Stop saying that. I think people are actually legitimately getting upset and thinking that we're now actually withholding.
No,
Kalen.
we could always just switch record. We could record the Patreon on a Tuesday.
We could
1 week and then do the regular show on Wednesday.
We absolutely could.
There are ways around this.
There are ways around it. See, Dawson he's a man of solutions, which I like. I want to hear about your show over the weekend too, by the way, man. And then Gary is not here because he's working at his other job, but he might make it. But for all you listeners out there, enjoy the Key 3.
Yeah, what do we need them for?
We don't. We don't.
It's not like they're ever going to hear this, right?
Yeah, speaking
right,
of
guys?
Yeah, no, they're not listening.
Speaking of things you won't hear, also, I don't have my laptop on me or the drops. I will get into that momentarily. But let's just get over. Let's go over each other's Labor Day weekends.
Wait, what do you mean you don't have the laptop? I just heard the theme song.
I know.
What did you just play that
It
off
sounded,
So clean.
That was really good.
Well,
I didn't warn Matt or Dawson that we were going to do that. We just started and we did it, and they jumped
worked.
in, and
Yeah,
it
they
totally worked. So I was in Napa over the Labor Day weekend.
mm-hmm.
I went to BottleRock, which is a big music festival out there. Obviously, it was canceled last year, so then it was pushed this year, and finally it happened. And my friend Sam Johnson played.
What is Sam playing?
He's himself. He's Sam Johnson. Sam
Wow.
Johnson Live.
Wow.
Singer-songwriter extraordinaire.
Wow.
Killer musician. And yeah, he played
Main stage, second stage, what?
2 sets. One on the big stage, one on like the VIP acoustic intimate stage.
And you said he's a serial killer and a musician?
Yes.
Wow.
He's
I'm
killed.
surprised that...
Well, how many people do you have to kill to be a serial killer?
I guess probably 3 at a minimum,
3's a minimum.
but
So
you have
if
to
you-
use the same. You have to do it in the same way for it to really count.
And you also have to have a period of time between. You can't kill 3 people in one night and be a serial killer. You
Right.
got to take a couple weeks off.
Yeah.
3 people one night, you're mass murderer?
Yeah, you
Sure.
can be a mass murderer.
Because that's a lot of mass.
Right.
But serial killer, and it has to be the same method.
There has to be a pattern. Who's to say what it is?
Yeah.
You know, it may not even be the method of death, but maybe there's something else that's the same. You watch TV, you know these things.
And I'm also talking to an expert, Matt, from
From being a
Sword
serial
Scale
killer.
Rewind it to being a serial killer. So that's interesting. Okay, so if I killed multiple people over a period of time in different ways, I'm just a regular murderer. I don't get to have that label.
Right. You have to tie a yellow ribbon around everyone's finger that you kill.
Or there's an
like
asterisk.
in Seven, for example. You know, each of the 7 deadly sins are emoted through his killing. They don't die in the same way, but they are all linked because he's trying to do one of each type of sin.
There is a link.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, Sam is actually, I misspoke. He's not a serial killer.
Okay.
Sam Johnson.
So when you say he was a killer musician, that was a lie.
Yeah, he's just a very, very good musician that metaphorically slays the audience.
That is really awesome. Who headlined at BottleRock?
Okay, so these are the 3. So BottleRock is a 3-day festival in Napa. First night was supposed to be Stevie Nicks. She dropped out. Weeks before the festival. Put it out on Instagram. I'm not going to do it. Just not ready.
Coward.
Yet. Yeah. She's not ready yet. So Chris Stapleton.
Coward is both a noun and a past tense verb that relates to the word.
There you go.
She cowarded.
No.
She cowered. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, she spelled differently, but nobody can hear spelling in audio, as Matt has said. So yeah, she cowered and was a coward. So Chris Stapleton decided, I'm going to headline.
Nice, dude. That's not bad.
Yeah, so that was Friday. I think Chris Stapleton dropped out day of.
What?
Oh man,
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who played?
I forgot.
At
I
that
didn't go
point,
Friday.
At that point, you may just bring up the second headliner.
I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to talk shit on BottleRock. Because actually, BottleRock, I've been before. I went years ago. Remember when Jen and I went camping and we infamously turned our headlights on to the two girls peeing in the distance? That was BottleRock, baby, and that was Florence and the Machine headlining that year. One of the best live performances I've ever witnessed. So second day was we get there and I see. Oh, the first big band that we see, Milky Chance. You know that band, Milky Chance, Dawson?
Never heard of them.
Really good. They have this hit that's just like, it's just an earworm. It's called Stolen Dance, and so they played, and a lot of energy, and it was just. So Jen and I, we have tickets to Wilcox because we're Sam's guests for this weekend, and / crew. So he actually marked us down as his guitar tech. I'm his guitar and drum tech. Jen is his guitar tech. So she's nervous. She's like,
they're not going to make me change strings.
What if they ask me something about guitar?
Yeah.
And I told Jen, look, if anybody asks you, oh, do you even know how to tune a guitar? Just get mad at them. How dare you?
Just because I'm a girl, I can't
Yes.
tune a guitar?
Really? You're really asking me that? You're really gonna question if I know how to tech a guitar?
Do you think just any artist would put guitar tech on my pass
Right.
if I didn't know how to tech guitars?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Did they have a bunch of questions for her when you
No,
guys
they
arrived?
just gave
No.
us our passes.
Oh,
Nobody
they're
cares.
rehearsing.
Nobody cares.
So
Yeah.
and it's those wristbands, those fabric wristbands with a plastic cinch that just if you go too far, you're kind of effed, like because you can't
Right.
loosen them. So ours say they're purple and they say guest, and I'm like, so what does this get us? Because there's VIP passes, there's backstage passes, or what does guest get us? And the lady at the front's like, I have no idea. She just didn't know. There were 32 different wristbands. She's like, I don't see that one a lot. I don't know what it gets you. So I'm going to everybody. Like, what does it get us? I don't know. Or you can't do this. Or try to scan it because they have those scanners, and if it doesn't click, you can't come in this area. Didn't let us in the VIP. So I'm like, all right, maybe this is just a guest pass. Like, you can just come and enjoy the show. It is 90 degrees. The sun is just beating down on us, and we're watching Milky
Napa
Chance.
gets hot. You know that. Everybody knows that.
I actually didn't realize it got that hot up there.
It does.
I always thought it was just kind of cool all year.
So we flew into Oakland, and we walk out of the Oakland airport, and it is 72 degrees.
Perfect.
It's kind of chilly, actually.
You're next to the coast.
Cloudy.
Yeah.
Yeah, next to the coast. And then we just
Bay.
drive, and you visually just see the clouds clear up as you drive into Napa, which is about an hour away. And and where we
You drove through my hometown.
what's that, Concord?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then oh, by the way, our Uber, so we took an Uber out there because I was wondering, should I rent, should I Uber? And Uber actually was cheaper. So we took the Uber, and Jen and I are just hanging out in the back of the Uber on the way there. I know I'm all over the place. And then, so me and Jen are talking, and then there's like a little bit of a lull in our conversation, and she turns to the Uber driver and just starts, so how long have you been driving? Like, how long have you been driving Uber? And this is after about 30 minutes of that guy being totally silent. And now she's striking up a conversation. And in my head, I'm like, why? We're going swimmingly, just driving.
Yeah.
Now we have to talk to this guy.
Now it's engaged.
Yeah. Now he's engaged, and he's talking. He's answering questions, and in my brain, I'm just like, why? Why did we do this? Because now every conversation, he's gonna get involved, and what turns out, Jen saw him falling asleep, and she was trying to wake him up. So
Wow.
I was wrong.
What time of night was this at?
No, this was 8 a.m.
Oh my God. Talk about a bender.
Yeah. So anyway, Jen and I are watching Milky Chance. The sun's being down. We bought two claws, and
I don't know when you're laughing. That's a sound drop perfectly executed.
and we're drinking them. They're like the kind of the bigger ones too, and paid they're like $16 each plus tip, and it was just it was really expensive. And I'm just like, okay, well, it's gonna be one of those days, and we're drinking them, and then we see a person with like an information sign, just like in a collared shirt, like information. We go to her. I'm like, does this get us anything, or like it just out of curiosity? And she's like, oh yeah, there's a little guest area up there. She points to like a tent that has stairs leading up that just kind of oversees the entire
Everything.
The
Yeah.
entire
The best
festival.
seats in the house.
Like, really? And it's shaded.
Nice.
So we go up there.
And they got a bar up there.
They got an open
Yeah.
bar up there. My
Open
God.
bar.
wow.
Open bar. And we go up there. And now we are in the shade watching the band. And Doss, I always tell you, and you know this because you've worked front of house, the best place to watch a band is not up front. I mean, it's cool to see them front, but I mean, like to hear them is not up front.
Yeah.
You want to be kind of distant from the speakers. That's why front of house is always kind of distanced. And actually, the best sounding spot is right next to front of house because that's where they're mixing it. But we were just a little bit behind that, and we just got to watch all the bands from the shade on a balcony. Nobody's in front of us. It's actually like we have a very rare pass, and that's why nobody knew where we were. And we watched the entire day just up there.
Was it just the one stage that you could see though?
Yeah,
and there's multiple stages.
Yeah, there were like 3 main stages,
Mm-hmm.
and we were seeing the big main stage. So we watched Milky Chance, and then after them, Young the Giant played, which they were awesome.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
You've definitely heard them. They've had a few radio hits.
Okay.
And then
I know they exist.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard the
can't
name.
name it.
Dawson, you
songs.
and I have met the singer at NAMM.
Okay.
We've talked to him before at like a NAMM press thing.
Well, no offense intended, Young the Giant singer.
Yeah. So we watched them play, and then who closed it out? It was Guns N' Roses, a band called Guns N' Roses.
Them I've heard of.
Yes, they're very good. And so we watched them play, and then Miley Cyrus was playing. So Guns N' Roses scheduled 7:30 to 10, and Miley Cyrus was 8:30 to 10. So after a little Guns N' Roses, we were like, let's go check out Miley.
Sure.
Yeah, went down, checked out Miley. It was awesome.
So you actually left your cocoon to go be with the normies.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we took drinks with us, though. I mean,
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you had to take the roadies.
Of course.
Yeah, and it was so cool, man. And Guns N' Roses, I didn't see this because we were watching Miley, but I guess they got their set turned off because they went past curfew, which is like a big thing out there. You go past 10, they just unplug your set. The band doesn't know because their monitors are blaring. But, yeah, the whole PA just turns off. And they brought Dave Grohl out. They brought Pink out. Like, it was cool.
Jesus.
And then now, but our guest pass is only Saturday. They didn't give us a Sunday one. And I'm like, well, I know we got Sunday passes. What's going on? So we go back the next day. And this is when Sam's playing, and we get in, or we get our passes. DOS.
Now.
Artist.
We
got artist passes.
Now you get to get anywhere.
Yeah.
That is artist passes. Like people think VIP or whatever. No. You want the artist pass. You can go anywhere. You can do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people know what color it is. So you're walking through the crowd. You're looked at differently.
They know that you
They know you're somebody fucking special.
Sure.
Well, that actually did happen to me. Some guy walked by me. He's like, hey, I know you. And I'm like, really? What's up? He's like, I don't know how, though. How do I know?
But you're wearing the right color wristband, so I'm going to say that.
What if he just started barking at you?
Dude. Yeah, nobody barked at me at BottleRock. At least that I can hear. It's really loud there.
Yeah. Well, you were in the fucking VIP cocoon the whole time.
So we go to this place called Artist Village.
Nice.
Well, Sam plays the killer set, and we go to this place called the Artist Village.
I'm picturing some gifting line before the Grammys or something, you know?
So it's basically where all the trailers are, all the tents are. Every artist has their own space, AC, and it's backstage, and in it there's all this free pizza. There's a guy making brick oven pizzas as much as you want. Paella. It's like short ribs, just like all this incredible food. I'm not trying to do a shame, Matt, but it's just it was awesome food. Wow. Of course, open bar. Then a chiropractor, a masseuse, a hairstylist.
Good thing they had the chiropractor there. Really need that in the middle of the day.
You'd be surprised.
Actually,
busy.
I was just thinking before we started the show, I get to see the fucking chiropractor this week.
See?
If there was a chiropractor there, yes, I'd be like, dude, fix me up.
Really? I feel like you would risk being paralyzed right before you go on stage.
You have that fear every single time that happens, and it will never go away. And then you tell the doctor, dude, I hate that fucking part. He goes, I know, everybody does.
Oh. Have you ever seen a chiropractor, Matt?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah, don't plan on it.
I got a great one if you guys need one. I got a great one who listens to the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
And he's an older dude. He's like a 65-year-old dude.
He listens to this show.
60. He does not listen to this show.
Okay.
He listens to the Corolla show.
Oh. Big difference.
Yeah.
He found Corolla through Dennis Prager.
Wow.
Gotcha. So naturally we'd be the next show he'd listen to.
Right.
Yeah, we are right in that trajectory. So anyway, it was just cool hanging out backstage, and then the second day, I'll just name all the bands just because Matt likes.
Yeah, why not name drop a little bit?
Jimmy World played.
Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
You know, that's so Napa. I love it.
I love Jimmy.
I-
Are they local from there?
They're
Or?
Phoenix,
No.
they're Phoenix based.
I don't
or
know. Yeah,
LA.
But
I mean,
they're
not like Tucson or something like that.
they're just that NorCal vibe. We're gonna dress and look like we want to.
Yeah.
They don't dress as a band. They all, if you saw them anywhere around, the last thing you'd say is, "You're a rock star."
Mhm.
Yeah, they're just normal fucking dudes.
But then you see the artist pass on
Then
their
you see
wristband.
the artist pass, and
and
you
you
say, "I
know.
know you. I don't
know
know
you."
how, but I know you."
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
so
love
cool.
Jimmy Eat
There's-
World, man.
I do too.
They killed. And then who else played? Cage the Elephant, which I was very surprised how great they were. Matt's seen them.
Yep. Saw
And
them at
they're
Coachella.
awesome. And then who headlined? None other than the Foo Fighters.
Oh, nice.
And they brought the they brought the effing heat. And then and all of a sudden he was doing that. Dave Grohl was doing that thing like, all right, here we go. We got Chris Shiflett on guitar, and he would like do Pat Smear, just naming all people. And
Rami Jaffe.
and then he goes to Taylor Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
Got Taylor Hawkins on the drums, and he's about to hit, and he doesn't. And then he gets up, and he goes up to Dave Grohl, and he grabs the microphone. And Dave Grohl steps back, and he goes behind the kit. And Taylor Hawkins, I didn't know he could sing. They played a perfect rendition of "Somebody to Love" by Queen. Taylor Hawkins
Really?
was singing Queen.
Wow.
Find me somebody to love, and they're just going, and mine was blown, and they played. We didn't. The other person headline that we didn't see was Megan Thee Stallion, on the other stage, like simultaneously. But we watched Foo Fighters, and it was magical. It was just a magical festival, and
And what'd you guys do for like the after party, as it were? Because I know from my time doing music festivals, if they end at 10 o'clock, you can't just go to bed at 10:15. Like, you got to have at least somewhere else to go or do something. And if you don't, you're just sitting in your hotel room the rest of the night.
that's
Well,
exactly
Napa's
right.
largely closed as well at 10 o'clock. There's
It is.
nothing going on.
Yeah, they're downtown. Like I actually have been at downtown with Corolla. We did a show, and I just remember after the show, we just went and got some crappy Chinese food and went to bed.
Yeah.
So actually, the thing about me day drinking is too, I get tired pretty early.
Oh, you get sleepy.
I get sleepy, dude. But-
You have too many beers.
But we waited for the crowd to disperse because we were up there, and then we went back to the artist tent and just hung out in Artist Village for a few hours.
There's your after party.
They gave each artist like 2 cases of wine, and we are just drinking and just hanging back there and waiting for everything to get torn down, and then we just walked out. And
That's fantastic, man.
dude, it was beautiful. I mean, I highly recommend everybody check out BottleRock. It's
Yeah.
an incredible festival, and they know.
You got artist passes?
I know,
Because that sounds really like the way to do it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
kind
do
of
it.
I know.
You're kind of ruined for music festivals.
That's what I
Yeah.
told Jen because I have
You'll
no desire
never
to
want
go
to do it
them.
again. It'll be like, fuck this, dude.
I
I
have
want
no
to be
desire-
with normies.
Yeah, I have no desire to go to Coachella or anything. But then, so Jen has been all that stuff.
I
And
worked Coachella a couple times, and I had a staff pass, which thankfully got you into the VIP bar.
Beautiful.
Treat
Yeah,
the staff well. I like that.
Yeah.
yeah. See, Access has its privileges.
And actually, I wasn't a staffer. What was it? I was a vendor. I was
Oh,
working
yeah.
for Global Inheritance.
I had a vendor. I've
I
had
was
a
the
vendor
voice
pass.
of a polar bear.
Oh, I remember that
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Just as you were just saying that having that VIP pass will just destroy music festivals from now on for you. I
No
have a
more
similar
Bonnaroo for you, bro.
I have a similar thing because of the cruise and those drink passes where you can just walk into any bar and really just drink to your heart's content. And the last time I went to like Vegas, I was like, oh shit, I've got to pay for drinks every single one of these bars. Like the cruise has ruined a typical bar crawl for me because I want to all just be included now.
Yeah. Well, we want it to be all inclusive because that has changed everything. And I think that Matt, you and I really get a lot of value out of all inclusive when you drink, when we eat. Like it's just we really, really take advantage of this. Dawson too. I mean, all of us.
I take advantage of the drinks, not so much the eats.
Oh, I get
Yeah.
I do it all. Baby.
We do it all.
Yeah.
I do it all. So yeah, I told Jen like I'm just with my bourbon, just standing up there on that balcony thing, the high riser. I'm looking at Jen like, yeah, I could do music festivals. This ain't bad.
Yeah.
This ain't bad. And of course it got ruined for me. So so we go back to the hotel and then and we wake up, we get some brunch, and then now it's time to drive back to Oakland to where Sam and his fiance graciously giving us a ride. They're like, hey, you guys don't have to get an Uber back. We'll give you a ride to the airport. It's on the way home. Like, we'd love to. Let's just hang today. And our flight isn't until 5:55 p.m. So we're like, all right. Well, and Jen doesn't have TSA pre, so we have to get there early for her. So we're like, okay, let's just head back and we'll stop by, get some lunch. We actually want to go to some vineyards, but they were all packed because it was Labor Day. So she's like, okay, let's just go back and we'll just get get a drink or something and on the way back. And we stopped. We went to Jack London Square in Oakland, which is it's a cool area. It's like on the marina. It's and they have this place called Heinhold's First and Last, which the reason they named it is it's a super old bar that when sailors would go out, it's either your first and last or last drink, like whether you're coming in or whatever.
Or about to die at sea. That's heartwarming.
Yeah. So and it's where Jack London. It's nicknamed Jack London's Rendezvous because that's where like Call the Wild and like White Fang was written or inspired by like him being in there for so long.
Cool.
It's just a cool area. Dawson's been.
It's a really cool bar. It's tiny, and the floor is slanted.
Yeah,
Classic.
because of the earthquake.
Oh.
So yeah, the floor is just slanted. So you're just on a
It's
pitch.
a historical landmark.
It is. It legitimately is. Yeah.
But yeah, you got to go there in off hours. I'm wondering what the crowd was like in there on a holiday weekend.
Just it was like there were like families, there were dogs. It was just a nice crowd. Everyone was nice. Weather was beautiful. We're on the marina, got a little bit of the ocean, and
Great way to end the trip, you know?
it's so great. And then we walked back to our car, and the back windshield of Sam's fiance's SUV smashed in. And I'm just thinking, oh God, because Sam's guitars were in there, his acoustic and his electric, because he played two sets. Both his guitars were in there, and I'm just like, oh my God. I'm just hoping that somebody just broke the window at this point, and just like bailed.
Just walking by, just tap tap. Psh,
Yeah.
oh,
bail. Get
let's
out of
run.
here.
Let's
Yeah,
run.
some kids with a baseball or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um,
Kids with a baseball.
I don't know. I know that's me being
The eternal optimist.
Yeah. And of course, we look inside, and there are 3 bags missing. Sam's fiance's camera bag, and then my duffel bag with all my clothes and toiletries and all the whatever, and some cash too, and then my backpack, which that one really hurt because it had my laptop, my iPad, my in-ears, my iLock, my drives.
Your eye lock.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's for Pro Tools. You need it.
Yeah, it's
to
just
use
like
Pro Tools.
it's like a key to use like specific programs.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I can't now access the old programs I use because I don't have the key to do it. So it's just licenses. Yeah, it's just to show that you paid for the program.
Right.
You get that
I know
back
what you're
from
talking
Fury,
about.
though. He'll take care of you.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so it's just that is why we don't actually have the. I know everyone thinks we have the legitimate drops here,
It
but we
sounded
don't.
like it.
We don't have the drops here because my laptop has been stolen.
Were the guitars okay?
The guitars are okay. Everything else I know. Everything else is okay.
But your duffel bag,
My
and
duffel
your
bag and my
computer
backpack.
bag, like
Yeah.
your life bag.
Yeah, I mean, like it had a lot of Corolla stuff on there, a lot of the stuff I work on, all my projects. Like it was just, yeah, it hurt. It hurts. So I currently don't have a computer right now.
That's rough.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Are you worried about them leaking all of those pictures that you took, that you saved on that drive of yourself modeling that you told us about?
Those are gonna
could-
go
those
out
could leak.
eventually.
Yeah,
those
those
are gonna
could
come
leak.
out eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, there's a reason I'm posing, and the reason they're edited heavily.
Yeah. You said it was for the new album cover, but I never believed you.
Well, the VIP album. Like, yeah, you'll see. I have plans. Yeah. By the way, I should mention that my new album, Loxy's Butthole, is coming out. I think December now. We're like, I think we're going with a
Nice.
December release.
That's
Yes,
gonna be great.
What's the title?
Loxy's Butthole. Because of the pictures I took.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
you would see, it would make sense
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
saw the
yeah.
layout,
Exactly.
the Photoshop layouts I had. But yeah, not. Yeah, we're figuring it out still. It's still getting mastered.
I'm throwing you off. I'm
The
sorry.
cover was actually really going to work well on the actual record face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I like when they used to do that with
Spinning
CDs
butthole.
and they'd have like the little hole missing,
Yeah.
Bloodhound Gang did that.
Yeah.
Their CD was a boob, Dawson, where it's like stick your tongue through the middle, and then it looks like a nipple.
Classic.
great.
Classic.
I mean, It was a bloodhound gang. It was very fitting. Anyway, so it was just kind of weird. Jen was really upset. Just bummed. She was just so bummed for me. And then we were walking through the airport, and I had nothing on me but my cell phone. And my cell phone is my wallet too, like with credit cards and my ID. So thank God, because I mean they took my passport and all the other stuff. So I just have my cell phone with my ID and my credit cards here, and then we just just walking through the airport with nothing. It's kind of cool.
Have you ever had anything like that happen to you in the past, like had a car broken into and things stolen?
In college, I've had a guitar taken out of my car. Yeah, and it was worst birthday ever. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it. Yeah, so I mean, it's just never happened, and just like we were just gone for a little bit. We parked in a nice place, but just sucked, man. I mean,
think
just
they
happens.
like had a spotter, like they were watching you
I
guys
would imagine
park?
This happened. This is Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought
every part of Oakland.
Ryan says this is a really nice place. Dawson says it's not. Like intern Ryan, he's from out there too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what to think.
No, it's.
I mean, a lot of graffiti.
It's
and
no longer.
It's
Oakland's falling apart.
Yeah, no. Sam was just like, "Look, you think you have a homeless problem? Like, I could drive you through some streets right now and just totally show you up." Like, but I was like, "No, we're good. I've seen it. But it was bad. Like I've seen. I mean, just on the Uber rides over and stuff. It was pretty crazy. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know like how what insurance is gonna do. But I don't have any of my stuff, so I will work on getting the drops back, everybody. But I mean, it's
Gary has the drops though.
Yes,
most of them.
Yeah. But it's a sad note to go out on as far as that trip, that incredible, magical musical trip. But yeah, but I'm good. I'm good.
You'll be able
Everyone's
to
safe.
laugh at it many years from now.
I hope so, man.
I think you will.
I hope so. But anyway, how's your Labor Day weekend, Matt?
Mine was good. It was way more low key than anything you're talking about. I went out for an awesome dinner, which I can tell you guys about a little later if you guys want.
Ooh, yes.
And
we will hear that.
otherwise, played some video games. I watched some movies. Halloween's coming up soon, and my wife and I love to do the horror movie festival where we just stream only horror movies for pretty much a solid month. But every year, earlier and earlier, I start to get into it a little bit earlier.
You've started
so
already?
we watched a horror movie, but we'll see if we're going to continue. Actually, I know we will next week, and there's a new one coming out on HBO Max. So I'm just starting to get primed. We haven't done any decorating yet.
You're pre-gaming.
But we're pre-gaming.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Doss, how about you? How's your weekend? You had a show.
I also had a Guns N' Roses experience.
What?
Yeah. On Sunday, I went to, every year, didn't happen last year, but every year the Rainbow Bar and Grill on Sunset has a backyard barbecue party in the parking lot. And, behind the Rainbow is usually where you go to park.
Okay.
They build a huge fucking stage. Few thousand people out there. You pay $20 to get in, but that comes with 2 free beers. So they're not doing it as a money grab. But I saw the Dickies play. Don Jameson hosted the whole event, and then Steven Adler.
Hey.
Steven Adler headlined, played all the Guns N' Roses songs.
Really?
He found a kid from a Guns N' Roses cover band,
and he
put a badass band together, and
Yeah.
it was like fucking seeing GNR.
I can imagine because Third Eye Blind, I know they infamously suck live, and just because that guy Stephen Jenkins, he sings a really high falsetto, and he's more of like a studio guy anyway. The claw. Thank you. Sorry, were you gonna do it? What were you gonna? Which one were you gonna?
No,
do?
that was perfect.
Okay. And but the guitarist, the old guitarist of Third Eye Blind, the other founding member, started a Third Eye Blind band called like 3EXB or something. And all they do is Third Eye Blind covers, but supposedly they're a lot better.
What a dick.
What a dick. That's awesome.
But they actually do it right. So I'm like,
Nice.
which one would I rather see? Stephen Jenkins, the guy who wrote the song, butchering his own songs, or this band where they actually play it and it sounds full and
He
awesome?
sounds great on the albums.
He does. He's a
They
great
just
studio
had
musician.
like a million takes. That's all. He just can't do it
yeah.
live.
Exactly. Or they just don't arrange it right live. I don't know what it
Interesting.
is.
I've never seen them live, but I always heard that.
Yeah, they're not very good. But yeah, Dawson. And then you had a show.
I had a show on Saturday night at Los Angeles Ale Works, a brewery in Hawthorne.
This is the beginning of your tour.
This is the first show of
Yeah.
another Southern California tour.
Love it.
Right. And we get there at like 6:00 to load in, And it's this great outdoor beer garden venue. They got the fake grass all around, all the cornhole stuff. They bring in a food truck and just a bunch of great beers and really nice, happy people out drinking in and the sun was setting. But when we get there, everybody's drinking in the sunshine, having a good day. Now we walk in, 5 stoner cowboys fucking walk into LA Ale Works, and I look around. And the crowd is 99% black, Hispanic, and Asian. And I'm like, I wonder how this is going to go. I do not think we are going to be these people's favorite band. They might be offended.
No,
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. But I'm like, you know what? It's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
But it was curious. I walk in and I'm like, I don't know if we're their bag of tea.
Sure.
But everyone was really nice and smiles and we get up there and we do our sound check and I start cracking jokes like, hey, everybody, I'm not sure if you guys know, but there is an obscure Los Angeles law that before any live performance, all musicians must repeat the words check and 1, 2 at least 138 times. So we're just trying to be in compliance here, folks. So if you could just bear with us. And people are cracking up.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's
like
good.
that.
And so we get through our sound check, and we play one song, and the crowd's clapping on a sound check song. I'm like, well, hey, thank you. We'll be back when it's time to play.
Yeah.
And
That's a good sign, though.
yeah. And then I brought up Ted Russell Camp, who plays bass for us. Anytime he can, I love Ted, because if we got to play for 2.5 hours, I'm going to be like, hey, Ted, can you knock 45 off of this? And he's like, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So put Ted up there, and I go out to the parking lot where you can still see the stage, and I'm smoking a cigarette out there. Some dude comes out, the only white guy in the place, comes out and says, hey, you're with the band, right? And I'm like, yeah. He says, man, I really liked what you guys were doing up there, but I don't know why you put this guy on. You just killed a vibe.
What?
Wow.
I'm like, sorry I ruined your night, bud. Have a good one.
What the hell, man?
Is that fucking necessary, dude?
No.
And now I'm going, wow.
And now he's in your head, though.
Now it's in my head. Like,
Yeah.
great. And now I'm just thinking, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So,
What a jerk.
and now I'm thinking, now I'm looking at the crowd going, do we keep doing that? Like, what? Are they going to be pissed at us?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who blames the band that left? Like, man, why'd you guys get off the stage?
Yeah. So anyway, so we get up there and we start playing, and gradually, there was good applause, and I did say after we finished our second song, I said, hey, just so you guys know, that old law, the Prohibition era anti-applause law, has been lifted in California, so you can now clap safely.
I need these jokes.
It is okay
man.
to applaud.
Come on.
Let's try it now. Let's try it one time. See, that felt good. And then slowly after that, bigger applause. Every song, bigger. The black guys loved us the most. The Mexican girls started dancing, and our tables flooded. Our merch table is flooded after the show if everybody wants to talk.
Great.
And they're like, are all those songs on this CD? Sold a bunch of discs.
Great.
At one point, look over, they got the big warehouse door open going into the brewery proper and the bar. And I look over there, kind of out of the corner of my eye, and I see 3 workers just fucking standing there staring at the stage, and one of them's filming.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like, that's either really good or really bad. I'm going to go with really good.
I think that's good.
And then after the set, we went and said goodbye. We don't get paid for that. That's, they give you food and beer, which it's great to play for food and beer.
Sure.
When playing, the back of a cell phone is like the coolest thing to see.
Yeah.
Because people are trying to keep this memory of you. And it's such a compliment.
And then we, now we couldn't hear anything on the stage. No monitors. All we hear is noise. fucking.
Done that.
I hear loud drums. I hear guitar amps. I can barely hear my guitar.
It's muscle
cannot
memory.
hear myself sing. So I have no idea what we sound like out there, and we're just trying to get through it. And the manager that night, or the top guy in charge, at least my contact, he's like, man, I'm calling the booker right now, and I'm telling her that you guys need to get here and play again as often as possible.
There you
He's
go.
like, you guys are fucking awesome.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, well, we couldn't hear ourselves up there. Imagine what we'd sound like if you guys got some wedges.
You s-
That's amazing, man. Well, congratulations. And
It was fun. It was fucking, and it was just a shocker. Like, didn't expect it.
Well, you guys are becoming a very great band. Like, you should expect that you guys are going to go out there and crush it. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
You can play anywhere now. If you can play without hearing yourself, you can play anywhere.
yeah.
Well, I love that, man. And you have a show tonight.
On Matt Fondelier's birthday.
Oh,
That's right. Happy birthday,
Happy
brother.
birthday, man.
thank you. Thank you very much.
By the way, all of you guys are listed at the door,
Thank you.
so you don't have to pay the money to get in.
We have artist passes?
Yeah, did we get the wristband?
No, nobody gets that.
Ugh, I don't know if I'm going to go.
You know what the artist pass is? It's a barn out in the back,
Nice.
and actually you can just walk around the alley.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
You hear that,
Okay.
everybody
You don't
listening?
have
Just
to go
walk
through the
around.
club.
Just walk around the alley.
Walk around the back of
Just,
the alley.
just
It's-
walk around the back of the alley for a free Mike Dawson show.
Love it.
Somebody like Daniel Lanois or something like that. Am I saying that name right? Somebody rented the old barn garage thing from the Mint and had a studio built in there so that he could work and then perform and work and perform, and so they turned that into the green room.
Nice. And this is
And,
so Dawson's playing at the Mint tonight.
Pico Boulevard. We're on at 9. Just found out. Who knows? But,
Stevie Nicks gonna open for you
remember,
guys?
Remember Bobby Brown, the chick who was in a lot of 80s music videos for a lot of hair bands?
Yes.
She's coming tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
How'd you work that?
My buddy Izzy knows her.
Cool.
Yeah. You gonna dedicate a song to her?
I'm going to dedicate the whole night to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm going to do.
Love it.
No, it's just going to be interesting. There's going to
Yeah.
be a lot of heads there.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun bobos will be there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a
Looking
spectacle.
forward to
People are
seeing
flying
everybody.
out for this thing. So yeah, tonight at the Mint. If anybody else could swing it, come check out Mike Dawson.
Hell yeah.
All right. You guys want to get in some comments?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Now it's time for listener comments.
All right. And once again, these are all comments
good.
and clan mail found on our Facebook
I think that
page.
worked better as a duet. I didn't feel the need to jump in on that one.
feel
You
you.
guys
It's okay.
really did it.
It's still thick and coursey enough.
Yep.
And if anybody wants to join our Facebook group, it's very, very easy. You just go to facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. You answer a few questions, and we might let you in. It's my favorite place on the internet. Everyone there is cool. All right. Let's kick this one off. Christina Aparicio. She said,
Is that Christina Ricci?
it might be her. Yeah, it might be.
Might be her phone.
This would be. Well, it's Christina. Dude, Christina Ricci, man. She was hot.
Yeah.
She's got an 8 head.
Don't say was.
She is. She's still
How
hot.
dare you, Dawson? How dare
true.
you?
I remember really being into her growing
Yeah.
up. Like she's like a childhood crush.
Speaking of childhood crushes, look who just.
If I were to tell you I could race across town and make the end of Watercooler, is that something you might be interested in?
I'd
If
be
you-
more
if your
interested if your
mic was on.
microphone was on.
Gary Smith just walked in.
It's coming. I thought-
Gary Smith just walked in. He came in with a killer opening line that nobody heard.
I'm sure it
they
came
heard
through
It got
the mic.
picked up in my
Yeah.
mic. It got picked up.
Oh,
Here,
man.
test his mic because I don't know which one that is.
He's here just in time. We haven't.
Yo.
Even... There we go. Gary, we just now are starting listener comments,
Yes.
so you didn't miss much.
Just in
Well,
time.
we're talking about Christina Ricci,
Yes.
Casper, the Addams Family.
8 head.
What's
Stop.
PCR?
Great question. I mean, I think most people would have to say the Addams
Black
Family.
Snake Moan. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, probably Addams Family.
Nah,
That's
it's gotta be
Addams
kinda
Black
nice.
Family.
Snake.
Wait
Black,
for
Black
it.
Snake Moan.
Values.
No.
Really? I've never seen Black Snake Moan.
I've never seen it either.
Really? I've seen it, and
pictures
it's
of her in
great.
it.
It's great.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's
Samuel Jackson.
definitely peak CA. CR. PCR.
PCR.
I'm staying by Addams Family values.
That's the second one.
Correct.
Okay, I'll go Casper. I'm going Casper.
I'm going with Chris. I like Casper.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
dude, it was a
All
big
right.
deal.
Well,
I
we all know
remember,
who the pervert is. Let's move on.
and I remember watching Casper, and then Universal Studios were just started doing their Halloween Horror Nights.
Sure.
And they recreated the Casper Mansion, and I remember watching Casper. I'm like studying that mansion. I'm like, I'm gonna go to this thing, and I'm gonna step where she steps, and just do the exact same thing that during the movie. It's like because I thought it was the exact same set.
Yeah.
it was.
Should work out perfectly.
No, it wasn't. All right, but let's get. Oh, go ahead, Gary. Watch yourself. It's the claw.
Oh, that's right. Chris' shit got stolen. That sucks.
Oh, you want to hear something funny about me? My stuff getting stolen and me telling he was the first one to know out of anybody here. So, look, man, I'm bummed. It's a bummer.
We can hear it in your voice, Chris.
It's just sucks. There's a lot of personal stuff that got stolen, and I'm sitting there just like, I want a little bit of a pity party. I'm telling Gary like, hey, yeah, I got my backpack, got my laptop.
Now, I know Gary for a really long time, and I don't want to step on this because I don't know what happened. But my guess is if you're going to go to a pity party, Gary is the last person in this building you would want to go
I
to.
want a little bit of sympathy from Gary. So I'm just like, yeah, man, you took everything, my drives, and then, but I'm using we have a laptop here at work that I'm just typing and just randomly just saying stuff that got stolen, and then I finally ran out of all the good stuff, but I still want to keep going.
Sure.
So just type. Took my hat, and then Gary just stopped me. What did you say?
I was like, Chris, if you want sympathy from me, that's cool, but you gotta stop listing. Once you get down to the mundane shit, you can replace for $20. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, the Gary's like,
It's not a
he's just
$20
like,
hat, let me
I'm
tell
not
you."
feeling any sympathy for you for losing your hat. And then I just kept going, my socks.
I have all the sympathy in the world for the computer, the drives, all of the lost data. That is just freaking awful.
Yeah.
My Tommy Johns.
When I walked in, you said your hat, and I went, your
Yeah.
Dodgers World Series hat with the fucking World Series 2020 badge on it?
So Gary's trying to be facetious now. Matt walks in, hey, Chris, how was your weekend? And Gary's like, Chris lost his hat. Just trying to be a dick. And then Matt goes, oh, no, your Dodgers hat? He was legitimately
That was
worried.
great.
It's a fucking nice hat.
It worked out. It was a nice hat. Hope whoever has it enjoys it and has a really big head.
Yeah, I'm sure
Because
someone
it's
from Oakland is going to love that LA Dodgers
Oh,
World
yeah,
Series
that's
hat.
true. That-
God
thing
damn
That
it.
thing was set on fire.
Yeah, it
It
was,
was.
wasn't it?
It was.
Go A's.
All right, anyway. Christina Aparicio. Her first comment.
We think it might be Christina Ricci, by
It
the
might
way.
be. It might be a fake account, a burner.
Dawson's theory was that maybe it's her cell phone.
Well, those celebrities do have those alternate accounts so they can fight with people.
Yeah.
Because, you can't be doing that on your verified account.
And it's in their best interest to choose a name that's very similar to their own.
Well, you don't want to forget it.
Yeah.
That's why the guy, the mobster in The Office, was named John Karate.
See? Exactly. All right, well, anyway, Christina Aparicio writes, is it too soon to ask for Matt's countdown to Halloween movie list?
Ooh.
Well, as we heard, he already started it.
Yeah, we watched a movie called As Above, So Below, which
What is
is
the- what
leaving
is-
Netflix on September 15th. So you have one more week to watch it.
What is the log line of that movie?
It's a found footage movie that takes place in the underground of France where they keep all the skeletons and stuff. What's that place called?
The tombs.
Yeah. The Tombs of Paris. And it's like a female Indiana Jones. And she gets...
That doesn't sound scary.
Yeah. It's not scary at all, Chris. You should put it on. Don't look it up. It's very scary.
All right. Bill Richardson. Well, we'll have more to look forward to because, Matt, as we said, he's already started. And
Yep.
it is, we are not anywhere.
Next
No.
weekend, or this upcoming weekend, HBO Max is a new movie called *Malignant*, which is from James Wan, the guy who did *Saw*
Oh,
and
great.
*The Conjuring*.
Very thrilling. Very good.
I'm excited.
I know what I won't be watching this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Bill Richardson. He says, I was exploring Seattle and came across a place called Buckley's. It's also my dog's name. They just happen to serve a Juicy Lucy. The best burger I've had in a hot minute.
Wow.
There you go. So, yeah. Remember, Juicy Lucy has the cheese, the molten cheese right inside of the patty. Mouth's watering already. Nathan, oh, man. A lot of people dug Whole Foods last week. By
Oh,
the
yeah.
way. Bravo, man.
Myself included.
Thank you. I'm really glad that you guys have taken my passion for Whole Foods and taken it to the next level.
Yeah. Well, Nathan Chang had something to say about it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He says, I have a mathematical geometric solution to the whole food versus ring food debate, because that's been going on in the Facebook group. He says, if the volume of the missing portion is larger than the volume of actual food, then it's ring food. If the missing volume is less than the food volume, then it's whole food. So for onion rings, the size of the hole is definitely larger than the total amount of fried onion, ring food. Bagel, size of the bagel is definitely bigger than the whole food. I love the entire crew snickering about holes throughout this entire segment. Another great food debate from the mind of Matt Fondelier.
Well,
Well done.
I got to poke a hole in your theory.
Ooh, you're
Or
gonna poke
ring.
a hole in the hole?
I'm going to put, well, we'll see. By his rules, wouldn't that make Swiss cheese ring food?
No, it'd make it whole food. There's more cheese than whole in Swiss cheese.
Not necessarily.
What kind of Swiss cheese you buying, dude?
Holy
You got that discount Swiss cheese,
Bro,
man.
I think you're buying air. Like you're spending more money on air. You should have more cheese than holes.
You should, but you don't always get that.
They should.
You don't
market
always get that?
Swiss cheese where they call the cheese free, but you have to pay for the air.
Interesting.
Wait, are you talking about sliced Swiss cheese versus like the? I'm thinking of like
A wheel?
or a wedge.
No, sliced.
Yeah, maybe you should get the wedge or like the block.
Or maybe I should just get the ring.
All right, yeah, I guess this debate's going a little longer than we thought.
This is what I drove across town for.
Yeah.
David Hundley says my 3-year-old daughter got sick with strep the other day, and the doctor prescribed amoxicillin to make her feel better. She's all good now, but my 4-year-old daughter is now showing the same symptoms. I told my wife skip the doctor and just give her the amoxicillin that the other daughter had. Right?
Yeah, it's called amoxicillin.
Oh, is it?
No.
Okay.
That was a horrible pun, Chris.
She didn't like that idea because she was worried about the adverse effects or something. So the following
Or
exchange-
something.
Yeah.
of this non-doctor
or something.
deciding he should give his daughter medication because it applied to one of his other daughters.
Yeah, but this is the guy creating the bean scale
Yes.
AI. I think he's a
Okay,
pretty smart
okay.
guy.
Yeah.
We'll see about that because the following exchange happened. David said, "Well, Chris Loxamana brushed his teeth with Vagisil and then he was interrupted by his wife saying, I'm going to stop you right there. I don't like where this is going." Which is, I could totally see that happening. Gary talks. I don't think that may have been the right argument.
No.
Remember, I did brush my teeth. It wasn't Vagisil. It was,
Adam brushed his teeth with
Preparation
Vagisil,
H,
or
wasn't it?
someone else did.
I forget what it was. It was gross, though. It tasted awful. And we called poison control because I was so worried. Anyway, a lot of people commented and gave David some advice that just do Tylenol for the younger daughter or something, and he did. And everything was all
I'm
good.
glad we have so many doctors in our
Yeah,
Facebook
I
group
was gonna
offering medical advice.
There we go.
Do we need to put an asterisk in our Facebook group, please? That's our 5th rule of our Facebook group. Do
No
not
medical advice.
administer medical advice unless you are a trained professional. No?
Nah.
All right, Gary
Nah.
goes. No problems with
Yeah,
that?
we're not
Nah, we
liable. Jeff Niles says, I've been saving up the last 3 weeks of podcasts, the main show, and Patreon for a long drive I knew I had coming yesterday for Labor Day weekend. Thanks for making the drive entertaining. Had me laughing the whole way. Keep up the good work, boys. Thanks, Jeff. And on separate note, Dawson, any reason we can't buy the whole album on iTunes? It's only listed as singles.
It's up now. It's fixed.
There you go, Jeff.
The reason was it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
All right.
matter. It's
It's up
fixed
now.
now.
All right, I'm thinking a lot about this ring food versus whole food thing that he brought up about the surface area
Yes.
and the size of the hole. Here's where I think the problem is. Rigatoni pasta or like a manicotti pasta. By his logic, you would think that would be ring food, but
Right.
I would say that
I'd say
that's
it's
whole food.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the mass of the carbs, let's just say, is much less than the space of the hole.
Yeah.
I think whole
Poor
food.
Cannelloni is just out there going, "Fuck, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I,
I
ain't
think-
no ring food."
I think ring food is a hole that is less than a half a centimeter high or a centimeter high. I'll give it a centimeter. 1 centimeter thick. That's a ring.
Why
or
are
less.
why are we bringing the metric system into this?
Okay. You want to do like a 1/4 inch?
Okay.
Okay. I'll even go third. 1/3 of an inch. If it's less than that, ring food.
Okay.
Deeper than that, whole food.
All right.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
I don't know. I'll have to listen back on the audio.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared to answer that question right now.
Let's see here. Oh, MJ Hess Vera. Right. ICs are extremely boring. One last thing. Go hug your mom. Tell her you love her in person. And if you can't, stop what you're doing. Call her right now.
Nice.
It's good advice.
We appreciate
We're
that.
doing a podcast,
And,
though.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
want me to call him
I
right
took
now?
it when I saw the thing.
Yeah. It's very, very great advice, and I hope you're okay, MJ. Nicholas Lay says, "The Claw, happy Friday, Bobos. LDW has commenced a Labor Day weekend. I'd like to vote yes for the Vegas meetup. Woo!
We
Hosts,
are up to.
bring your clubs. I'll sponsor a round. Hashtag Woof Woof.
We're at like 15 and a half.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
reached out to me privately and told me as well. So
Matt's been keeping tally.
we could even be up to 16 by
This
now.
is getting
I think we're
interesting.
burying the lead here. This gentleman is offering free golf as part of this, and that's going to move the needle a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to do a live show while
into
playing golf. How is the crowd going to see that, though?
Top golf.
Top golf. Oh,
Yeah. Or Core 4 right here, because you golf in foursomes.
yeah.
Sorry,
Kalen would be.
He
playing
could be
video
our
games
caddy.
anyways.
Kalen could be our caddy.
Kalen the caddy. Yes.
Caddy
Caddy Kalen.
Kalen.
Yes.
He can sit on the back of the golf cart between the two golf bags.
I like it.
And just flick our golf shots.
That's right.
I don't want him to. I don't want to do that. That'll hurt me. Let's see. Danny Feynman says, "I'm as an expert pot smoker," and he put an asterisk there. But Dawson is correct. You should always smoke in the bathroom. However, I've been using the Gina Grad method since before Gina Grad was alive, and when done correctly, the TP roll with the fabric softener does take care of both the smell and the smoke. What you do is you fill the roll with fabric softener as well as putting it over the end. And you blow into that, and that works.
All right.
Yeah. And he says the footnote is Malcolm Gladwell says after 20,000 hours of something, you're an expert. I'm 49. I've been smoking since I was 15, so he's an expert.
Let me ask. We keep saying fabric softener, but isn't it dryer sheets?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is dryer sheets,
Yeah,
yes.
fabric softener would be the
That would-
yeah.
Fill it. Yeah, it's kind of.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do it, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call. Let's see. Jeffrey Lee says, he posted a picture of Fernet and Coke, and he says, it's okay. I was hoping more for a black licorice finish, but it's something else.
And did someone give you a wild gold coin as well? Do you get to go on your fucking quest now to the next assholery? Where
No, because he got a bottle of it. If you just go to the bar, ask for the bartender's handshake with a wink, get your coin.
He gives you a bottle
gross.
of Fernet. Then he gives you a bottle
Yeah,
of
he
it.
gives you a shot of a Fernet neat, and you just sip it. And then,
When does
get
he
a
give
coin.
you the coin?
I want the coin.
Well, it depends how good you ask for it.
How good do you ask for
Yes.
it? So you're saying there's a lot riding on this wink.
It's not just the wink; it's the delivery. It's a
Yeah.
lot. It's your vibe.
You have to say wink as well.
Right.
Well, I just said wink because of audibly, but yeah, just ask for the bartender's handshake, get the Fernet, get the coin, get some free Fernet later.
By the way, teaser, the Chez Fondue meal cocktail that I had was a specialty cocktail with Fernet.
Yes, can't wait. Did I have a coin? Oh, well, wait, don't answer that. Okay. Let's see here. Bill Richardson says, it's crazy that you guys let Kalen only come around for the paid shows. I love him, but I'd have cut him out of the Patreon change. He must run the show. How dare you, Bill? But, yeah, we'll figure out ways to get Kalen back on this one, too. We miss him.
So you know the Bill Richardson is really Will Dixon.
Oh, that makes sense.
I tell you what, Kalen will come back to the Tuesday shows when enough people do the right thing.
Jeez.
Patreon.com/watercooler.
Eric Lepore says, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like whole food is food that starts with a whole from the beginning, i.e. tortellini, donuts, pretzels, while ring foods start whole with a W. Then you turn them into a ring food, like onion rings. They start life as a whole onion, then you slice them into rings. The same can be said for a whole with a W chicken. It starts life as a chicken with a head when you slice it into a whole with an H food, along with pineapple rings. They start as a whole with a W pineapple, and they get sliced into rings. God, that was real.
was this
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Eric
Yeah,
Laporte.
That's good.
Eric, I love you, and you're a hot
man.
dog aficionado, but please don't do fucking text shit for Christina.
No or no. Thank you, Eric.
That was awesome.
Steven Cristiano says, the Shield didn't air on broadcast TV. It was on FX.
That's right.
Nerd.
All pay TV, including basic cable, isn't governed by the FCC. The only reason cable channels don't allow things is to appeal to advertisers. That's how Comedy Central gets away with airing uncensored things late at night sometimes. The advertising problem is also why some seasons of basic cable shows seem like they show more or less gore, nudity, and carrying levels of language season to season or even episode to episode. Yes, that makes sense. So maybe I'll watch The Shield now.
Yeah, you should.
You should watch The Wire. We just lost a titan in
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should watch it in his honor.
All right, I will. I'm excited to watch The Wire.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
excited to talk to you about it because I'm going to be asking you about specific episodes.
Okay. It is kind of fun when you watch the whole thing or something, and then you just get to watch the person react to the thing you know it's coming.
That's
Like,
great.
dude, yeah.
That's what we live for, dude. That's pretty much the only bright part of my day is talking to Kaylin about some fucking TV show that we both watched.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Yeah. Maybe I'll watch The Wire then, and I will. Not even maybe. Casey Peters says,
I'm going to ask you questions about The Shield, so I hope you watch that too.
shoot.
Yeah.
All right. Casey Peters says, as both a driver of Uber and Lyft, Lyft is way better for so many reasons. Sorry, Loxy, for your troubles. He's talking about when I got that warning, like I didn't wear my mask, even though I did. He probably accidentally clicked that "did he wear his mask" thing incorrectly because they auto prompt that at the end of the ride while he was trying to accept another ride. So that makes sense. Maybe he was trying to accept. Yeah. On behalf of Lyft, I promise you, everyone there is awesome. I hear that. Like, I know people who drive for both, and 10 out of 10 say Lyft treats me better than Uber. So there you go. And actually, they've been a lot more affordable too.
Interesting.
Lately. So yeah, please use them cases as DM him with questions. And those are listener comments. Thanks everybody for writing in.
Good job,
Yes.
everybody.
All right, now it's time for our next segment. I'm really excited.
Do you want to stretch?
Why?
I can go get my computer.
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Matt Fondler teased a Chez Fondler with Fernet, so why don't we get into it with some Chez Fondler? What kind of foods are we hearing today? What is the price?
What might be the venue?
Well, let's find out, because I'm scary to say. Hey, Matt.
What's on the menu?
Wow, that was great.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
All right,
thank
so-
God we don't have to do the outro.
That's right. Patreon only. So I went to this place called Otoño, which means autumn or fall in English. It's a Spanish tapas place.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Would you prefer French?
Yeah.
Spanish tapas, and what their big specialty is paella. And I've told you guys about this place before because we have gone here before, but it's been several years. But their paella shows up. It's like the size of like a large pizza.
Yes.
And
you can only cook paella in like huge batches, right?
right. Well, they do this for
like.
like, it's like shareable for 2 people though. So, you know, it has some prawns on it, some mussels on it.
Yes.
They have this lobster like cream sauce kind of. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah,
but,
they put like an aioli on top of it sometimes.
but what's so great about it is that the rice is charred on the bottom.
So good.
So it kind of has that, like when you go to a wood fire pizza oven and they have that kind of char on the crust of the pizza, they do that with rice. But that was actually one of the later dishes that we had. First up, the cocktails. When we did the Corolla Drinks bar crawl, you guys may recall that I talked to Dylan, who is one of our Hunger Dome champions.
Yes.
And he had a Fernet and Coke. It was okay. But I was intrigued by this Fernet, and wouldn't you know, there was a Fernet cocktail on this menu. It was called Drink to Fernet. It had Fernet in it.
Okay.
I hope you're sitting down.
Drink to Fernet?
Drink
I hope
to
it has
Fernet.
Fernet in it. Yes.
Fernet, lemon, grapefruit, and Mediterranean orgeat, which is kind of like an almond liqueur. So you got the kind of herbal qualities
Orgia
of the
is a nut
Fernet.
liquor?
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely amazing cocktail. The combination of the like herbal Fernet with all the sour, citrusy stuff going into it, it was fucking amazing.
Great.
Now, in addition to the paella, we had 2 other awesome dishes. One was the special for the night, and it's monkfish. Have you guys ever had monkfish?
Never ate it.
I've always wanted
I've never
it.
had it before. Monkfish liver is apparently very popular, but that's not what this was. This was
That-
the
I-
actual fish.
I have had monkfish liver. It tastes like just like liver.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, really. But the monkfish itself is sort of like a firm white fish, and they breaded it with chickpea flour and then fried it. So it kind of almost was like a breaded chicken, would kind of be like the texture of it, but it was fish. And it was placed in a bowl with this sauce that was like sausage sauce.
Sausage sauce.
Sausage sauce. It was the
yeah.
most savory, salty. It was fucking unbelievable. And then a little bit of apple
you-
slaw on top.
So you got sausage sauce at the Mediterranean orgia.
That's right,
We
dude.
got sausage sauce at the tapas.
Don't forget about his nut liquor.
Yes.
Yeah, wow, this is a much hotter meal than I ever imagined. Now, the other dish that we had was called the tiradito.
Tiradito.
This was yellowfin tuna sashimi, and it said on the menu watermelon meat, which I thought was very interesting given our recent conversation about land meat and water meat.
Yes.
Watermelon meat, melon ceviche, and then ají amarillo, which is sort of like a green or yellow like pepper sauce.
Yeah.
Wait, so they had melon, ceviche, and watermelon meat?
Now check this out. The watermelon meat, this was like a total mindfuck because the yellowfin sashimi was cut to look like watermelon.
Oh.
But that wasn't the watermelon.
Very playful.
The watermelon was like watermelon jerky. They took this watermelon meat, they dehydrated it, and then apparently after it was dehydrated, they then soaked it in watermelon juice, which seems very strange, but the result was
Double watermelon.
double watermelon.
Yeah.
So that was like this kind of like thin, almost like a watermelon cracker, like a chewy cracker.
I like this place is just trying to play God.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah.
And again, you got all of the fruits and the citrus, but then there was like this spicy, like yellow pepper sauce that went with it. I mean, it was just absolutely incredible. And again, we've been to this place a couple times, but this is our first time going back since the pandemic and everything. And I honestly think that it was even better. Like, they're doing better now than they ever did before.
Good.
So anyway, Otonio is what it's called. You can check out the menu online, even if you just want to see
Otonio.
pictures. I highly suggest it. And that's what's on the menu.
Yes. That sounds like an incredible meal.
It was awesome.
I was thinking, it's funny. I had paella, as I said, over the weekend too, and they cooked in these huge wood-fired, like these. I don't know. They look like, I don't even know what they look like. Just huge pans. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. They're probably 4 feet in diameter, and they're using shovels to cook the paella, and it was an incredible sight to see.
So good.
Yeah, I remember I saw that, and my brother got married in Mexico, and they were making it, and then it just started raining.
Oh.
And these things take a while to cook. It's very like delicate and temperamental. You put like saffron in it, which is super expensive. And I just remember all the chefs like, "Oh my god!" And they all just like grabbed an end of this hot pan and just like were like walking together, trying to get it out of the rain and stuff. It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
I was thinking because
They save it?
they saved it. I ate it. I ate the F out of that thing. We were talking about, you said wood-fired pizza, and I
Yeah.
had wood-fired pizza over the weekend too.
Sure sounds like you ate a lot of great
In
shit.
the brick oven. Is there a better way to make pizza? What is peak pizza?
Bianca. Or
PP.
Yeah, I mean, that
It's
wood fire,
Pizzeria
that's
Bianco.
what you want. You know, or you go to a place in Italy
I mean,
and
like
they just
style.
do it right there.
Like, yeah, you could do the wood fire brick oven. You could do just like the regular oven. You can do
A microwave.
microwave, grill.
I think it's probably wood-fired.
Yeah, the wood fire, it's just a whole different kind of char.
Yeah.
And I think it cooks from the bottom up. I know Dawson made pizza. What do you like?
I like the pizza oven. I like a sourdough crust.
Sourdough? All right, there you go.
I wouldn't mind using a grill for a pizza. You mentioned that. Grilled pizza. I feel like that doesn't, nobody does that.
Yeah, I've
There's a reason.
yeah, maybe there is a reason. But yeah, the wood, I don't know. It's just like when I have a bite of great wood-fired brick oven pizza.
A little bit of chew.
There's something
it's
to
so
it.
good.
There's
So
something to it. And I had the best pizza probably my life at this event. So all it cost me was my hat and socks. All right. Well, anyway, that'll do it for today's episode of Watercooler. I want to thank everybody for listening and supporting the show.
Thank you.
And thank you. As Dawson
I want to
said.
thank him too.
Yeah, it does. So why don't we go ahead and go around the table, get our plugs in, and then we can GTF. Oh, by the way, we should tell everybody for Patreon. If you sign up for our Patreon, we're doing Malo meetups, movie nights, all the stuff, and it's fun.
Yeah,
We're
next
all
movie
hanging.
night coming up, the end of the month. I'm picking the movie.
Oh yes. Oh no, it's gonna be a gory movie.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh no, because he's only watching horror movies this month. Why are you gonna pick?
He's already
You gonna
told
pick
me.
in February?
If it is, it'll be short.
It'll be short.
So yeah, everybody sign up to hear me cry on mic. All right, let's start off. Matt, what can we check out for you?
Well, you mentioned earlier it's my birthday coming up.
Yes.
And it would be awesome if you guys subscribed to Sword and Scale Rewind, which is one of the other shows that I'm on. And let's boost those numbers up.
Yeah.
The show's doing good, but I would love for Mike to look at the ratings and go, why did this suddenly just jump?
And the answer is, it was Matt's birthday.
That's right. And then he'll backtrack. No,
Here's what
I
we
just
do.
thought it would be great.
Mike Boudet's on Twitter, right? Or
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay. Let's everybody screenshot a image of the subscribe button clicked on whatever podcast app you're listening to for Sword and Scale Rewind. Send it to Mr. Boudet.
You send to @Sword and Scale.
No, I would like it to go straight to Mr. Boudet. I want to go straight to the guy, and just write woof woof. and bark at him at the same time. What a great birthday present
Yeah.
that'd be for Matt.
But subscribe. That would be great. Don't just do that whole other thing.
No, do the whole thing. Do the whole thing.
They have to subscribe in order to do his thing.
That's right. So yeah, let's do it all. Boba Boy Army, attack!
Jesus Christ, Chris. Gonna get fired, aren't I?
No, it's flattering. It's good. We got good people. Gary, what do we check out for you?
You kind of stole mine, so it's our Patreon. We can announce that the next Malo Money meetup will be on the 23rd, and Matt and I were talking about that. We have some ideas to sort of spice those up and make them a little bit more fun and interactive.
Strip
And
poker.
I'm
I'm
saying
just kidding.
anything. I'm not saying anything. So check that out, patreon.com/watercooler, and go subscribe to the Reasonable Doubt YouTube channel, youtube.com/reasonabledoubt-podcast.
Yes. All right, Das, up to you.
As mentioned earlier, my album is now streamable as an album. The way we lined it up, song 1 to song 11. So, click it, play it, over and over again all night long while you're asleep. Just set your computer to play it,
Repeat,
because
yeah.
those numbers mean the numbers mean something. It doesn't mean money. It just means we can get gigs. So it's important that you listen to it on
Yeah.
Spotify. You have my permission to steal my music, Mike Dawson and the Smoking Kills.
Yes. All right. And as for me, I'm just gonna just jump on this. Just support your friends, guys. Mike Dawson has a record out. He's playing the Mint tonight. Gary, he's doing youtube.com/reasonable podcast. And Matt, happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
Everybody take youtube.com/reasonable podcast.
Reasonable podcast.
I don't know. Subscribe to both.
Wait, which one did I say?
You said Reasonable Podcast.
Oh,
I've heard it's
YouTube.
very
Why
reasonable
did you
show.
interrupt me?
I just was letting you roll.
youtube.com/reasonable doubt podcast. And if there's a reasonable podcast, you probably want to listen to that too.
Sure.
But make sure to support Gary.
Thank you very much.
And
That's
support
nice of
Matt for his birthday. Subscribe to Sword and Scale Rewind, everybody. And that'll do it for today's Water Cooler. We'll see you later this week on Patreon. We love you. Goodbye.
Oh.